Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do when the Sheriff John Brown come for you?
Is that what he says?
I think so.
I always thought it was shing ching I hang on my Jew.
I'm just trying to hang out with you.
Tell me
what you gonna do?
what you gonna do.
Hey, bad boys, bad boys.
Reservoir Dogs.
What you gonna do? Welcome to the show, everybody, though. It's another movie talk episode with me and Mike in the hot seats.
Hello, episode 9.
Episode 9 of the thingy-majigger we've been doing.
Take 9.
Every other week or so-ish.
Give or take.
Give or take.
You gotta give her before you take her.
And if you're unfamiliar, these are the episodes where a couple weeks ago, we each picked a movie, and now we've watched the movies in that amount of time, and we're back to talk about them. And at the end, we'll pick 2 more for next time.
Yep.
So, without further dudes, let's say we snapshot and get into it.
Give it a clap.
Clap those cheeks.
Cheeks have been clapped. Officially.
Dude, clapping cheeks is what I do best.
It's like you don't realize how much time I spend clapping cheeks, trying to improve on how to clap cheeks.
We should put a butt sticker on this thing.
So it would be butt
so
cheeks.
Every time it claps cheeks.
Yeah, that's fun.
If you're just listening, I'm talking about the clapper board. If you put it would split the butt apart, but it'd be 2 cheeks, and then you just clap them together like that. It'd be fun.
We just put the stickers on there, but never draw attention to them.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It's
Don't even mention them.
Like an Easter
I'm cutting
egg.
this whole part out. No, I'm kidding.
It's an Easter egg.
So, yeah. It's time again to talk movies. I'm excited. You got any opening statements? Like this is a court hearing or something, yeah. Kyle Rittenhouse and shit.
Well, this is a few days after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, my family did it today, actually, as we record this. And
hopefully everybody's had a good Thanksgiving.
I got a full stomach right now.
Same, lots of food, hanging out, friends and family.
Big family gathering.
Good times. Hope everybody had a good time.
Yeah.
Good holiday. That's really all I got. That's all I got to say.
That's all I got to say. I got some fun news. My new vlog will be out this Friday. I finished it the other day, and I uploaded it to YouTube, and it's scheduled for Friday at 9 a.m. our time. And this is the one where we go to the Grand Canyon. So see all that fun footage I took at the Grand Canyon, and enjoy.
9 a.m. sharp.
It's only like a 14-minute-ish video, so it's not that bad. Just watch it, goddammit, and like it.
I'll watch it, because really I've only seen the Grand Canyon in like professionally made videos.
Yeah.
In like movies, so I want to see how it looks just off your camera.
Oh,
see how
man,
grand it looks.
It's pretty cool, man. Like I walk out onto one of the rocks, or like points out, into the canyon a little bit, and I walk out on there and I point the camera down and shit. It looks cool, man.
So this is probably a dumb question. Is the Grand Canyon like a spot where like an asteroid or a meteor hit and it created the Grand Canyon, or do you know?
No, but there's a meteor crater place in Arizona also, I believe. Me and Sarah were just talking about it. She says like she hasn't been there, but she's heard that people who went there, like, you get there and it's just like, all right, it's a crater, whatever. I was like, I don't know, it would kind of be more interesting than that, right?
We're so jaded.
I know.
We're just so jaded as fuck about everything.
I know, but like,
Be like, yeah, honey, yeah, that's cool. It's like, this is the only one on the planet.
right?
Yeah, that's cool.
But-
Starbucks. Let's go get a Starbucks.
Let's go get a fucking frappuccino.
Yeah, let's go get a Starbucks.
Come on, man. My feet are tired.
Fuck.
I'm going to go make a
You
sandwich.
mean we gotta walk out here? What?
But yeah, that's fun. The Grand Canyon is crazy, man. If you've seen it with your own eyes, it's like, it's ridiculously huge and shit.
That would have been funny if you were like, it wasn't as big as I thought it would be. That's what
Sarah's been there
review came
before,
back
like
like
I guess
that.
when she was younger, and she said it was bigger than what she remembers or whatever. But yeah.
That's what you want an ex-girlfriend to tell you. Like, if you really get
right.
back with an ex-girlfriend. But
Yep.
anywho, yep.
Yep, go watch
That's
that
cool.
on Friday. And let's see, I watched a handful of other movies in the last couple weeks. Try and run through them kind of quickly.
It's Kevin's speed round, where you got like 30 seconds to like name off all 26 of your movies.
Right.
You gotta really nail them in there.
I watched Old Henry, and it's like a newer, it's a pretty new movie actually, but it's a Western. It's got that dude Tim Blake Nelson, is that his name? He's the guy, the third guy from fucking Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Obviously not Clooney.
Not Clooney.
And
I know who you're thinking
Right,
of.
right.
I can't think of his name right now either. I know exactly who you're thinking of.
fuck, why can't I think of his fucking name?
Yeah, I know, that's so.
John Turturro.
Yes.
Turturro.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the other guy. He's been in some other stuff. Like, I know he was in, you probably didn't see it, but it was Edward Norton's The Incredible Hulk movie. He was in that. And
He was in that Buster Scruggs movie on Netflix.
I
That was pretty great.
I feel like I just saw him in something else, like, recently.
I know. He's always good. Like, I always
He's a
like
good
seeing
character
him.
actor.
I like seeing him in movies and shit.
He's great in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, though.
Right.
He's killing it.
And but yeah, this one he's like, he's living off the land or whatever with his son, and then some shit happens. I don't know. There's like a sheriff chasing a guy, and the guy got shot, and he finds him and brings him into his house, and then the sheriff's looking for him. It gets pretty crazy, but then it ends up, spoiler alert, that he's Billy the Kid.
Oh, okay.
Old Henry is.
Oh, where he didn't die?
Right, yeah, he just fucking escaped and was
Billy the
living
Kid.
on this ranch somewhere.
I don't know. My favorite Billy the Kid is probably Bill and Ted. Billy the Kid.
I don't remember those movies really.
Yeah, well, Billy the Kid was in it, and he was cool.
That's probably why I didn't really dig the new one that much. It's because like I didn't really grow up with those movies.
I did.
I mean, I've seen them,
but
I believe, once or twice.
Even
But they weren't ingrained in me as a child.
The first Excellent Adventure was. Bogus Journey, I didn't really like that one that much. And I remember I got that from like Pizza Hut. At the time, if you ordered pizzas, they would give you like bad movies, for free.
Hell yeah,
It'd be like
dude.
in a little like CD slip inside. And I was like, sweet, Bogus Journey. And
That sounds
it was
vaguely
okay.
familiar.
But
All right, next movie I watched was Doubt. Philip Seymour Hoffman, Meryl Streep. Philip Seymour Hoffman is like a pastor or a priest or whatever, and he's kind of accused of diddling.
they're pulling from real life in that movie. Like,
Yeah,
fuck,
it was
dude,
kinda
the fucking
like-
Catholic fucking shit.
Yeah, the
Jesus
Catholic Church
Christ.
shit, and
Don't get me started.
yeah, that was pretty.
Did they
tense
just
movie.
say, hey, don't worry about it, we'll just go ahead and send you to work up north down there at the next at the church up north. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he basically got a promotion. Spoiler alert.
Anyway.
Just gonna spoil all these movies. But yeah,
Philip Seymour Hoffman, Meryl Streep.
Yeah, Meryl Streep. They were like clashing each other. She was the one accusing him of like all this stuff. And
brought in the big guns.
Basically
Meryl Streep,
right.
dude.
Yeah.
She's like in the vault. You know what I mean? Like when you break her out for a movie role, she's like in the vault. Like it takes like me and you got to have a key to like hit on the thing and turn left at the same time. The door opens up.
Meryl
and then
Streep.
it's Meryl Streep in there, and they just hit like the power on button, and she's just because she's an acting robot, dude. That's why she's so good.
What you like any other of her movies?
Death Becomes Her. You ever see that with Die Hard? Why can't I think of his name? Bruce Willis and what's her name?
I don't know if I know that one.
Yeah,
I know her from other shit. I watched a.
It's like a pretty dark movie. I watched it a lot as a kid. Probably not like the best thing, obviously, looking back now.
Right.
But yeah, that movie.
She was in like a Woody Allen movie I watched not too long ago. Manhattan, I believe it was. I wanted to see what all the fuss with Woody Allen was, because people like him, but obviously he's like, was he married to his daughter or something?
Did not know that.
That's some weird shit like that.
Is he a director or an actor?
Both.
Oh, shit.
He was in that movie too. But he's just one of those, anxious Jew guys.
Whenever anybody's talking about actors and they say Woody, my mind goes immediately to Harrelson.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Ants? He was the main guy in that one.
Oh, okay. Well, his voice anyway. I can't really put a face to it, but that was the one with Stallone because it had Bug's Life.
Yeah, and they came out around the same time.
Yeah, I had that Hollywood thing they do sometimes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Shit. I watched Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Seen that.
How long ago has it been?
High school. My high school girlfriend
what do you
was
remember?
like, you should watch this
Did you like it or no?
I remember just being really confused by it at the time.
Because me and Sarah, we remember not liking it a long time ago. Right. And we rewatched it, and it's actually pretty damn good. Like, it's wild, dude. They're like, we never realized that they were trying to go in and erase memories and shit like that. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we just didn't pay attention enough. Then Untouchables with what's his face? Kevin Costner.
Oh, where he's like, is that where he's like is it like a Western?
It's like when alcohol was abolished or whatever.
So not a Western,
abolished.
But
like a noir?
early 20s, 30s.
Yeah.
The other one I was thinking was
and then
white.
De Niro was who was he? Fucking one of those boss
mob guy.
Yeah. One of those really famous ones. I can't think of
De Niro,
my brain is fried.
Like when he played one of those mob guys, you're like, okay, well, which time? Because he's played a lot of mob guys too.
Yeah, he really has.
He made like a career out of it.
Can you do the De Niro face? Maybe we'll do that as the as the snapshot.
I don't know.
That's stupid. All right, couple more Freaks. Me and Sarah watched this the other day. It was on Netflix. Oh wait, I missed one. Oh yeah, but anyways, Freaks. I didn't really like it. It's kind of like people are freaks. They're kind of mutants, sort of. They got different powers and shit. And the regular people want to hunt them down or whatever. Didn't really like it. But I also watched Into the Wild. Have you ever heard of that one?
Heard of it.
It's got that one dude from like Lords of Dogtown in it. And he fucking...
Is that where the guy goes out and he's... Yeah, it was a real story, right?
Yeah,
based on a real story.
And he
dies in a bus.
In Alaska. It was pretty crazy because he gives up all his dad's inheritance or whatever, and he just goes out
ill-equipped and
lives off the land and shit.
And naive and unrealistic.
Yeah.
And there was like safety pretty nearby, but he didn't know enough about anything, and he just didn't find it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he was doing pretty good.
He was doing good
for like 2 years or whatever.
Yeah, it was really.
It was a good watch. For one, it's kind of a long movie. Probably wouldn't watch it again for like.
Because I feel like there was like a Netflix documentary on it I don't know if they did it, but it was just a documentary and they had it on Netflix.
Yeah.
But I watched some stuff about it, and they had like the overhead map, and they were like, he was right over here, and they were like, and right over here, if he just would have went over here, he probably would have survived and got picked. It was like, I was like, oh shit.
He ate like the wrong plant or something.
He like hurt his leg or some shit.
Yeah,
he was fucked. That sucks. I
mean, last one.
Fun of it, but
I just watched last night, and I finished it this morning. Clerk. You heard of this one?
It's the documentary.
Yeah, it's really
Clerks.
good, man. I mean, it goes through Kevin Smith's whole career and shit. Basically everything he's done.
What's it on?
I had to rent it on Prime because it's a brand new documentary. It was like $5. But it was pretty great.
I listened to his and Mark Bernardin's podcast pretty often for the last several years. It used to be called Fat Man on Batman. Now it's called Fat Man Beyond. But it's like you join the show for Kevin, but you stay for Mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the black guy?
Yeah, he's a writer.
Oh,
dude.
yeah, they talked about it on the thing.
He's fucking. That's what he does. Yeah, he's cool as shit.
That's what's up. Yeah. I think I don't know. I haven't really listened to any Kevin Smith's podcasts. Maybe one here or there.
He's got like a few.
I've heard him on
That's
Rogan.
the main one. But I know he's got one with Jason Mewes and another one with somebody else. Yeah,
that one dude.
I just listen to the Fat Man Beyond mostly.
That's what's up. All right, let's say we get into some goddamn movies.
Fire it
Clap
up.
those cheeks.
Fire it up.
We're clapping cheeks on today's episode. So tune in to see some Can't even talk. Which one you want to get into first? What you wanna do?
When you gonna pick a movie
For you. Let's say we do Bad Boys then.
We can do Bad Boys.
What you finna wanna do? 1995.
April 7th. That's near my birthday.
Oh shit!
I put me back. I was like,
how
what
old
was?
Were you?
I was 6 at the time. I was thinking back. I was like, what was 6-year-old me doing around the time Bad Boys came out? Because I do remember.
It doesn't seem like that old of a movie, but
it is. I guess. Right. So I remember watching this when my mom, my sister, and I were living with one of her friends. Anyway, her friend's daughter was older and had rented this movie and Apollo 13.
Classic.
I watched both those movies, but it was she was watching me, my mom was out, and I was like, I probably shouldn't be watching Bad Boys, but I got to watch it. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it was it was one of the first rated R movies I remember getting to watch. Was Bad Boys, where they were cussing a lot and all kinds of adult themes going on, so that's why I kind of remember it like that.
All right. Yeah, this was my first time watching it. I've known of the movies, of course, but I don't know. I never dug into it. And that's why we're doing these kind of podcasts, because we watch movies that we otherwise probably wouldn't have.
Or that you've seen a lot, but back in the day, years ago, and it's you're
right.
revisiting them a little bit.
That's sometimes
Through
that's the
fresh
best.
eyes.
The best.
It's kind of like this.
Because you're a different person now.
Yeah.
Changing every day, huh?
But Bad Boys, Michael Bay's. We got two. Both our movies are the director's debut movies this week. So this is Michael Bay's debut movie.
It's fitting.
And then, for Reservoir Dogs, Quinton Tarantino. But yeah, Michael Bay directed it. I didn't write down who wrote the movie because apparently everybody hated the script. It was so bad. It was just like a terrible script. And they just improvised a lot. They're like, okay, we got two charismatic guys.
Yeah.
And we'll just film them doing shit.
Kind of wing it a little bit. They're winging
like,
it.
Oh, the script's terrible. It's awful. So we'll just make shit up as we go. But budget of $19 million. You know, I got my budgets and my box offices. It did pretty good. $141 million.
My headphones.
Which is pretty good.
It did what now?
141.
And how much was it?
19.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Coming up.
They banked it pretty good while they were both still doing TV shows at the time.
Martin.
Yeah, and then of course Fresh
Prince
at the same time. So
great.
It was
shows.
like right when Will Smith was like getting ready
Carlton.
to like break out.
I know that fool
He was
exploded.
getting ready. Dude. I didn't
fame.
really think about it really. So I was like fucking Bad Boys.
What year was Independence Day?
Like 96, 97.
Yeah.
And then you had Men in Black around the same time.
That one was good. A lot of fun.
Yeah, he had some hits, dude.
And then he had Big Willie Style.
Dude, you know that was a successful album because
And
my mom
Millennium.
had that CD. My mom had those CDs.
We're going straight to the Wild Wild West. That's another movie, Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West. I think that was like his first movie that didn't do very well. That was his first kind of bomb. He turned down The Matrix to make Wild Wild West. He could have been Neo.
Wow.
Yeah, but he turned it down to do Wild Wild West.
I feel like I just seen an article on that about that Keanu Reeves was thankful that he turned it down.
He was
Well,
like,
of course he
I was.
was.
Just glad Will turned it down.
Because now I'm a megastar.
Yeah. But yeah, my mom had those CDs, dude. Like, Will Smith
Getting
was
jiggy with it.
Will Smith was approachable for everybody. He was
What's
very
that?
popular.
He did that. Building castles in the
Just
sky.
the two of us?
Just the two of us.
You and I. That's from Austin Powers.
Just the two of us.
Then you had Welcome to Miami, that's where this movie takes place.
Oh,
Yeah.
true story.
And that CD had the Men in Black song
I've been
on it
to
too.
Miami.
We used to jam the fuck out of that Men in Black song, dude.
What is that?
It was on that one of his CDs, not the one with Wild Wild West, but the one with Jiggy with it. It has the Men in Black song on it. And me and my sister and mom, we used to jam the fuck out of that. Like, just bounce with me. We were just little kids, just like, Will Smith's the shit.
He
was, dude. He was
like
everywhere.
Charismatic as fuck.
Yeah.
Tomato meter 42. I can't talk. Tomato meter 42%. Audience score 78. That's like the biggest fucking gap in tomato meter audience I think we've had so far.
Yeah. Audiences were like, you know what? There's two charismatic guys up there and they're doing shit.
I love both of these guys. I mean,
Yeah,
like
they're great
Martin
together.
Lawrence is a legend in the stand-up community for sure.
They had really good chemistry, acting and shit
Will
together.
Smith hasn't done stand-up, has he?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. He's
Yeah,
an actor.
Yeah. He's an actor. Sir William.
He's so fucking talented. He could probably do it though.
He probably could. I'm surprised he hasn't done it just
for the fuck of it.
for the fuck of it, because he seems to just do shit for the fuck of it.
Yeah, he likes to get jiggy with it.
There's another good Martin Lawrence movie. If you haven't seen it, we
Big
gotta,
Mama's House.
We gotta get to it. Yeah, we watched the shit out of that.
It's been a while
kinda
since I've
fucked
seen
up
that
when you
one.
look back a little bit, though. You're like, oh, fuck. That's probably not aged too well. But it's called Nothing to Lose. And it's got Tim Robbins in it from Shawshank.
I feel like I've seen that around.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Definitely have to check that one out.
He was also, Black Knight,
Blue Streak,
Blue Streak.
where he played another cop in another sort of thief heist situation. No, he was a thief posing as a cop in that one, I believe. I'm just also randomly Wild Hogs, but that was later on.
Travolta,
Tim Allen, and
I don't think I've ever seen it, but
that other
I
guy.
know what it is.
You've never seen that shit?
No, I never.
It's like
sat
not
down to
that
watch
bad.
shit.
It's not terrible. It's not great. It's not terrible either. But it's dated for sure. You know, it's like mid 2000s because it's got that fucking guy, the motorcycle guy from that show. Orange County Choppers, the dad. Oh, Paul. Remember Paul from the show Orange County Choppers?
Handlebar mustache.
Yeah, he's in it. So you know it's like 2005, 2006, somewhere in there.
Sure.
But anywho, yeah.
Yeah, and he was a little...
Oh, Tia Leone,
yeah.
the chick. She's been in some shit. She was in that movie with
hot.
Jim Carrey. Yeah, she was super hot in this movie. She was 90s hot.
Yeah.
Like Michael Bay, like I was like, one of my notes is like, the lighting and shit in the Bad Boys universe is set to action all the time.
Yeah.
Like if you could choose like a lighting effect,
Filter
like
or something.
normal, like
yeah.
a filter, you know what I mean?
Yep.
If they had filters for that, it would be like 90s act. Like this would be like the Bad Boys filter would be just on action the whole time. They had like light coming in out of the shadows, like in a police office, like just like in an office,
Right.
but how it's lit, it's like all dark and there's like like I don't know, it was super cinematic at all times, like, but over like 10% more, like
A step above.
yeah, I don't know, it was always just a little over the top.
I recognized the guy at the beginning who tries to steal his car. There's the big black guy, and then there's the other white guy, and the chick who tried to steal their car at the beginning.
Yeah, he was in
Sons
the
of
Replacement.
Anarchy.
Oh, maybe.
The white guy?
Oh, it's not the black guy.
Oh, the black guy.
I think he was in the Replacements. Have you seen that? The football movie?
I don't think so.
It's with Keanu Reeves and a bunch of other people. But they play football. It's like one of the foosball movies.
Yeah, but the other guy, you never watched Sons of Anarchy? He was also in that.
Oh, him. But yeah, I know who that guy was. I've seen him.
You've seen him around. He was in that movie.
He's got that face.
By Sean Crahan. Is that his name? From Slipknot?
The drummer, one of the percussionists.
Yeah, he made a movie, Officer Down, and that was that guy. Where the officer dies and then they just keep bringing him back and shit.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
He was also in that first Silent Hill movie. I remember him being in that as like a cop in the town.
Cop and a half.
Yeah,
you seen that one?
He's been in some shit. Is that the In Living Color sketch with Damon Wayans and shit? Is that?
No, it was a movie, Cop and a Half, Burt Reynolds and, a little black kid.
Oh. No.
It's so much fun. It's a fun movie.
It sounds like it came out around the same time as like Kindergarten Cop.
You would probably love it, dude.
Well, just like hearing stories about Burt Reynolds and like I don't know if like that kid probably hurt a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah, I
don't know. If there's a movie where I was just thinking because we had like the Hollywood thing a minute ago with the Bug movies. Mm-hmm. You had a Bug's Life and Ants.
Yeah.
So
same type of movie.
Same type of movie, and you said it was called A Cop and a Half.
Cop and a Half,
and he's a cop.
Yeah.
And there's a kid.
A little black kid. He's got to help solve the crime with him.
And then you had Kindergarten Cop with Arnold, where he's a cop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
I wonder if they came out. This is where.
There's also that.
It could have came out around the same time.
Paul Blart in Observe and Report.
Same time.
With Seth Rogen. That's another one of those.
Yeah, then you had Executive Decision and Air Force One, where I think both of those movies have presidents on planes in danger.
Oh, snakes on planes.
Yeah. Harrison Ford's in Air Force One. He's the president.
Harrison Ford is the president?
Yeah.
I guess
terrorists try to take over Air Force One, but he's not having it.
Hell no. Not with Han Solo.
He just points his finger at him and shit a lot. He does that a lot in his movies.
So I don't. In this movie, what at the beginning they steal their drug bust that they busted the drugs. Did that make sense?
We can decode it. Yeah. So
they made a drug bust, and then people
inside the police station in like their drug vault, some really skilled bad guys are able to infiltrate the police station and steal these drugs back.
Steal the drugs back, yeah. Heroin or what? Was it?
Yeah,
heroin?
it was heroin. Yeah, it was a bunch of heroin.
Horse.
And then thus, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence have to find out who took it and where it went. And that's their mission. And Will Smith goes and sees one of his lady friends, of whom he has many in this movie.
He's a player.
He's a player for sure. And this woman, she might do things for money.
Perhaps.
And
allegedly.
And he just asked her, he's like, hey, there's probably going to be some people trying to party and spend a lot of money. Let me know. And anyway, she goes and she gets killed by the bad guys. And then it's personal.
Then it gets personal.
And that's really what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the drugs, take down the bad guys, / get revenge.
Now, their captain, I recognize that guy from some things. Joe Pantoliano. He was in The Sopranos.
He's been in a lot of stuff. Like, I think it said like over 150 movies.
Have you seen Memento?
Combined. No, but he was in The Matrix.
Oh. Original?
Yeah, the first Matrix.
Yeah.
His name was Cypher. Anyway, he double crosses everybody and dies.
He just seems like one of those guys, like typecast as
bad guy.
A fucking little asshole.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome as the police chief, though. And
yeah.
He's in all these movies. He's in all 3 of them.
And you also got Michael Imperioli, Jojo, that guy. He's also in Sopranos, so that was cool. Both of those guys are.
Nice.
Yeah. What happens? They kill his love interest.
Yeah, they kill Will Smith's lady friend. And then, like I said, it gets personal.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
homeboy pretends to be Will Smith.
Yeah, so after after Will Smith finds out that his girlfriend died, he needs to go drive around to blow off some steam and go do his lone wolf shit.
Sure, yeah.
And Martin Lawrence is at the office, and Tia Leone, who was that woman's friend, has seen her get shot.
Oh, yeah, she was there.
She had to escape, She had to escape. She jumps off the roof into the pool.
Like super high up.
Yeah, like it was the Lion King or some shit. Those 2 people were like, I can't believe she made it.
Yeah.
And they were like, you ain't never coming back here. Never.
Is that what they said?
No, I don't know. I think they say that in the Lion King.
Oh, that.
Yeah, I was just saying, because Simba goes down the thing and he jumps off. Doesn't he jump off a cliff to escape? And he jumps off a cliff. She kind of jumped off a cliff. And then you had like the couple goons right there after him, just like the hyenas. I don't know. In my head,
Whoopi Goldberg was one of the hyenas.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, remember that?
And so was Cheech.
And fucking, how many good people were in that movie, man?
Probably a
lot. Jonathan Taylor Thomas was Simba, young Simba. And then you got
James Earl Jones.
Mufasa, yeah. And then you got Gilbert Gottfried as the fucking parrot.
Yeah. Michael
No, wait, was that him?
Irons. Yeah, that was him.
Am I thinking of Aladdin?
Oh, wait, no, that's Jafar.
That's Aladdin,
That's Jafar's
never mind.
thing.
Who the fuck was the toucan?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Not as good as him.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Listen here. I'm not the toucan from the Lion. I can't do a good Godfried, but
that was a nice try.
You really got to get loud when you do Godfried. He fucking yells.
When I've seen people do that impression, for like they'll like cover their eyes when they do it. It's just, I don't know, like Jimmy Fallon does that. Or he did that. I don't know.
We're going off on tangents.
Tangents so far. Real quick, fun fact. This movie, in its first incarnation, was written for Dana Carvey and John Lovitz.
What?
Yeah, and it was called Bulletproof Hearts.
That sounds like a totally different movie.
It changed and stuff, obviously, but that was like its first. That was his first thing that offered to Dana Carvey.
That's who they kind of had in mind when they wrote it.
He was like, I was going to be in Bad Boys. But yeah, I thought that was interesting.
That's fun.
Right? I thought that was interesting. So yeah, Tia Leone's calling to, because she's seen her friend die, and right before her friend died, she literally said very slowly and clearly, her friend said to Tia Leone, if I ever get in trouble, I'm going to call Mike Lowry. She was like, who'd you say you're going to call? She was like, Mike Lowry. She's like, hang on, let me write it down. And then she wrote it down and stuff. I'm just kidding. She didn't do that in
she
any of the
ended
movie.
up, calling.
But she did say clearly, oh, this is who I would call. And then so when she died, Tia Leone tries to call Will Smith. Will Smith's out there.
He's out.
Doing lone wolf stuff. And then so
Martin Lawrence.
He has to act like he's Will Smith.
I forget their names in it.
Mike Lowry and Marcus. Mike and Marcus.
Yeah. So yeah, he has to pretend to be pretend to be him over the phone.
Yeah, and then
ends up letting her.
He ends up have to like.
She doesn't want to do witness protection.
Oh, so he takes her to Will Smith's apartment.
Yeah, she agrees to go to Mike Lowry's house.
Lowry. Trigger Mike. Yeah, so he has to like actually just live as if he is Will Smith for a few days to set the whole thing up. Will Smith is staying over. He's none the wiser. Well, at this point, at first,
yeah.
But then he finds out pretty quick.
Right, they're playing basketball or whatever.
They have to switch over, so Will Smith is staying with Martin Lawrence's family, and that's
trading places.
That's like pissing off Martin Lawrence because he hadn't gotten any quality time in a while with his wife. Yeah, he's getting shitty.
When he's on the phone with his wife, Will Smith is on the phone with Martin Lawrence's wife, and he's I forget what he says, but he's like, "What are you wearing?" And
yeah, well, that's like a little bit. They've been doing it for a few days, and
that's a little later.
Yeah, and then, Martin Lawrence's wife calls Will Smith while they're at work, and is like on the phone, being like, "Hey, can you do what?" And he's like writing stuff down. He's like, "Yeah," and he's just doing, as if they were like almost like a couple and shit. Yeah. And then she hangs up the phone, but he stays on it to fuck with Martin Lawrence.
Right, yeah.
He's like, yeah,
pretending she's still on the line.
He's like, that's cool. Why don't you pick out a movie or something later tonight we can kick back? And they just keep showing Martin Lawrence getting more and more pissed off. And then he goes, what you wearing?
He's like, man, hang up the phone.
He's like, Teresa?
Are you there?
Are you there?
That was pretty good. That was a good prank.
She's in all the movies too. Like, she's pretty good in it as like his wife.
She's in all the movies?
Mm-hmm. All three of them.
Oh, yeah.
But he's obviously failing miserably as acting like Will Smith, who's very, charismatic, ladies' man, smooth. And Martin Lawrence's character, Marcus, is a family man. He's got a few kids, been married for a while. It's like not him at all. And like, he doesn't know his apartment, so when he's taking her there, he's like falling all over the place. He doesn't know where anything's switched on. He doesn't know how to drive his car.
Yeah.
It's like he's not good at being him at all. And
right.
He's like, I'm always moving stuff around. I don't even know where my shit is. He's like, I'm always moving shit.
Yeah, and what's-her-face is getting all suspicious because he's got Will Smith photos all over the house.
Yeah, she starts thinking he's gay. Because he's got a whole bunch of. It's because it's Will, and it's kind of weird that
He's like, that's what partners do.
Yeah, he's like,
he's got a bunch of photos of me at his house.
She was like, is that your partner? And he's like, what do you mean? You know, and he's like, well, she's like, no, it's okay. He's like, oh no, he's like, it's a cop thing. It's a cop.
Right.
I got a picture for every time he saved my life. And
right.
He's like, all cops do this. You know, it's more just like a reminder. Like a reminder. And then, even then, when Will Smith comes over to the apartment, and she's like, oh, you must be Marcus. She's like, I've seen you from all the pictures. And she's even then is like insinuating that she thinks they're gay. You know what I mean? And they're like, what? No, what? Like, it was funny.
Whenever, I don't know, at some point it cuts to the bad guys, whatever, in like the lab or whatever, and there's that.
The scientist, they got
the guy
dude in lab coats.
I was just pointing out people I know from other things, basically, while watching this. That guy was in, like, Grounded for Life or whatever. You didn't watch that show?
No, didn't see
he
it.
was also in Pineapple Express.
Okay.
You know, you got the black dude, what's his face? I seen it.
Craig Robinson?
Yeah, and his buddy.
Yeah.
That was that was that guy.
Oh, shit, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
That dude was also in Knocked Up, and he's been in some other stuff, too.
Yeah, I like that guy.
He's been in a few movies, yeah. I didn't notice that. Nice catch.
They go to the club. Fight breaks out in the bathroom.
Classic action movie bathroom fight.
I know, like the last movie.
True Lies.
True Lies.
Bathroom fight.
Bathroom fight scene.
There's a lot of
Flushes the guy's head in the urinal, too. He did that. Something like that.
Close. He, like... And it was like a piss-filled urinal, too.
Yeah, it was dirty.
Martin Lawrence
Dirty piss.
slams this dude's face down into it. He's got a couple one-liners in the movie. There's some, not as many as Arnold, obviously. He's the king.
Yeah.
Him and Stallone.
It's like it's almost cartoonish with Arnold, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're more fun.
Yeah, it's like, it's meant to be fun zing.
Yeah, classic. Will Smith is too busy out at this party checking out chicks.
Scoping the scene. Out the vibe.
He's being Mike Lowry.
He's putting out the vibe.
Well, he is the vibe.
I'm going to hang by the bar.
And they
put out the vibe.
There's a part where the camera's focused in on Will Smith, and in the background through a fish tank you see Martin Lawrence fighting he's fighting like 2 or 3 guys back there by himself. And Will Smith is none the wiser.
None the wiser.
Mike Lowry.
The
whole movie takes place in Miami. It's like, I don't know, giant clubs, crazy lighting. Like I said, the lighting's set to action. Even in that club, you know what I mean? It's just
Then after that, they escape or something in the truck with the drugs in it, right?
No, it's filled with tanks of nitroglycerin.
Yeah, the barrels.
As you do.
And they end up like throwing the barrels out and shooting them and shit.
Yeah, as you do.
Some Call of Duty shit.
When there's a truck filled with barrels of flammable material, you have high-speed chases followed by shooting and blowing them up. That's action movie 101. Which, this movie kind of does a lot of buddy cop
tropes,
which you probably not too familiar with. But you had like Lethal Weapon and even like Beverly Hills Cop a little bit, you know, but still good shit. The original theme song.
There's another guy I recognized when they were in the liquor store, the clerk, Sean Taub, who we talked about before, who was on Iron Man.
That was him?
And he was on Seinfeld. Yeah, I mentioned on the Iron Man episode, like, I recognize this guy from Seinfeld.
That was the guy who was helping him in the cave. Iron Man in the cave.
Yeah.
Because at first when I seen him, I thought he may have been the guy from Men in Black who gets his head shot off in the store, but then I was like, no, it's two completely different people.
It's been so long since I've seen Men in Black.
They don't even look anything alike. The guy who gets his head shot off in Men in Black was the guy who played Monk in that TV show.
Oh, I love Tony Shalhoub.
Sure. That guy.
I love Monk, dude. Monk is a great show.
I think I just remember seeing a lot of previews for it.
It's a jungle out there.
Never watched it.
Disorder and confusion
Just
everywhere.
USA would be like, Monk at 10 o'clock.
No one seems to care. Well, I do.
Nice, you hit that.
Oh, that dude Sean Taub was also in that movie Crash, which I might pick at some point.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
It's a good one. It's about racism.
Well, so they're doing the undercover thing. They're searching for the bad guys. They find out where the bad guys are. And then, of course, they go back and Martin Lawrence's wife finds out that he's been staying at Mike and Will Smith's apartment, and there's like another woman over there, and that whole thing gets blown up. And the cover's blown, even though Tia Leone, whenever Marcus's wife shows up, she's like, "I'm here to see my husband." And Tia Leone says, like, "The short one or the tall one?" And she said,
short one.
"The short one." She goes, "I thought so."
Right.
Because she wasn't buying that he was saying who he was. You know what I mean?
But she still stuck around with him.
She still stuck around. And they have a whole thing. Everything's kind of blown up. And then, of course, Tia Leone starts walking out of Mike's apartment down to the lobby. They're all going down to the lobby of this apartment building.
And that one lobby guy.
Okay, who is he? Is he a comedian?
I recognize him from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, shit.
Well, I don't know if he's a comedian or not. I don't know. I think that's the only one I recognize him from. He was from one of the more recent seasons of that show, and I love that show. I've been rewatching it, and the new episodes that have been coming out weekly on HBO.
Just like Craig Robinson says in Pineapple Express.
You know who Larry David is?
I've never seen it. Well,
you know who Larry David is, though?
Yeah, old guy, glasses. Kind of looks like he's related to Chevy Chase.
I guess so.
Have you seen Chevy Chase? He's
Chevy
sort of bald guy, hair on the side, glasses.
Yeah.
Old, white.
Yeah. Jewish.
I don't think Chevy Chase is Jewish.
Yeah, me neither, because of the Christmas movies.
Sure.
That's what makes me not think. But yeah, I love Larry David. He created Seinfeld.
That clerk guy, the apartment building guy, him and Martin Lawrence had like a nice, funny back and forth
rapport. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, hey, Mr. Marcus, how's the wife and kids? When he's showing up there with Tia Leone to go upstairs, and I don't know. He's like, "Oh, I thought you were a family man," and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like Martin Lawrence's character is just hating this whole scenario the whole time. He's not enjoying it. He's frustrated.
Yeah.
He just wants to
get some
quality time with his wife. You know what I mean? He wants to. It's been a while. He says.
Yeah. At some point, he fights with Will Smith, thinking he's fucking her.
Yeah, because they're sitting there.
He's like,
looking at photos.
We've been homies for all of our life.
He calls and Will Smith answers, and his wife is like, she's like, "Put it back in, Mike. Stop." And all kinds of stuff. Talking about a photo.
Right.
And she's gonna stop. If Marcus finds out, he's gonna kill us.
Yeah.
And then he just goes off, and he drives
out of context,
home.
yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to sneak into his own house, and it's going horribly. He's crashing into things. And, him and Will Smith end up fighting in the yard. And he's like, "I'm sorry, man." He's like, yeah, like you were saying, he's like, we've been best friends. Of course we wouldn't do that. He's like,
yeah.
He's like, "I just can't get no quality time."
They're fighting in the yard, and someone's watching them, huh? One of the bad guys.
2 bad guys are watching them, and then they, in turn, get busted by the cops. And then it all sets up... at the apartment, after all this, Tia Leone gets taken by the bad guys out to like a big airport hangar, of course, where there's tons of explodable materials everywhere.
That's what I wrote in my notes. Over-the-top explosions.
I know, dude. It was so fun back in the day, just blowing shit up. And I guess if the story is true, Michael Bay paid out of pocket for that scene. Blowing up the hangar, because they got cut off on their budgetary stuff. They said no more money,
We need this scene.
We need it. And, yeah, big shootout.
There's a car chase.
Shoots the bad guy at the end.
Right.
And then
Bad boys.
The movie's over pretty much.
Yeah. And it obviously plays the
Bad
cops
boys,
theme.
bad boys. What you gonna do?
When I hear that, I think about the Fluffy bit, Gabriel Iglesias. Where he's talking about, you know who that is? Fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
Where he got pulled over and fucking, it was him and like a car of
his
full of hoochies who
Oh.
got pulled over with them. They both got pulled over by the cops, but he started blaring that song while the cop
shit.
was with the other chicks.
That's funny.
And he ended up letting him go and gave a ticket to the hoochies because they didn't make him laugh.
I heard that he had another story about getting pulled over with his friend and having like weed in the car or something like that.
Yeah.
His friend.
Shut up, fool.
Yeah, his friend Martin.
Martin.
Yeah, or Martin.
And there's fuck.
He's like the friend who can't shut up
Felipe.
when cops are around.
Felipe
We had a
Esparza
friend
was
who-
one of them too. One of his friends.
Everybody's got a friend who mouths off to the cops when you're in those situations.
Does that mean I could keep my weed?
Yeah, they say something stupid, or they just get like real mouthy with them for no reason, and they're like, "Yeah, well, your mom fucking sucks dicks or some shit," and you're like, "What the fuck, dude? Shut the
damn
fuck
it.
up, man!
Yeah.
Let us go, dude. What the fuck's your problem?" He's like, "I just fucking hate cops, man." We're like, "That's cool, bro.
Power to
Go
the
home
people.
and play GTA, dude.
Right. Take it out on
GTA.
virtually.
We're trying to go home. Like,
We're trying to go
so
home
fucking
tonight.
mouth
not
off to
to
these
the
people.
fucking cell.
Shut the fuck up. But
well, yeah.
Bad boys.
Bad boys. What you gonna
What
rate
you gonna
it?
rate it? I was gonna say, what you gonna
rate?
What you gonna rate this movie?
I don't know. I wasn't really digging it, honestly. I don't know. Didn't really grab my groin or nothing.
Well, that's kind of
Didn't
good.
really grab me by the groin or nothing.
That could cause bruising. Couldn't be good. It could not be good.
I don't know. I feel like it should have been better with these two guys for some reason.
Yeah, well, that goes back to like you have like these two dudes with chemistry and they're great, but like
The
the script and the story was terrible. Where
yeah.
everybody was like, "This is a terrible script,"
But they
we're gonna
they relied on the action and the
improv and just try and keep it fucking going.
keep it together.
Keep it going, yeah. Like, sort of wasted. I'll go first if you want. I give it a 6.5, 6.5.
6.5.
You give it a 6.5.
I'm going low, man. I'm going like 4.
4.
That's probably
see
the
that.
lowest score so far. Is it?
If one of them, if not.
Have
the
we gone
lowest.
below 5 before yet? I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like we haven't.
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't think so.
Call in if you know.
Yeah, the lines are open.
But yeah,
I still enjoyed it.
That's good.
I think honestly I like the second one better than the first.
Maybe
But
I'll give that a try at some point.
it was like one of the first sort of rated R movies I remember watching back in the day.
Yeah, so it's kind of, if it's ingrained in
a
you,
little bit,
like,
watched it quite a few times.
if you know it from being a child, like, that shit tends to stick with you.
Well, I was just like, man, Will Smith, man, was everywhere in my childhood. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, watching
Right.
that.
In West
Like,
Philadelphia.
after school, would be like
Born
on in
and
the
raised.
mornings and in the afternoons and shit.
Spend most of my days
Like just watching the shit out of that all the time.
chilling out, maxing,
Men in Black, all
relaxing,
that
all
stuff.
cooling,
Independence Day.
shooting b-ball outside of the school.
With a couple of guys who were up to no good.
Store to making trouble in the neighborhood.
Got in one little fight. Dun, 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 dun.
You're moving with your auntie and your uncle in Bel Air.
Just like do like different genres every like 3 seconds.
Ba-do-do-do-boom.
But
Cool.
yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll get into the next one. Stuck in the middle with you. Stuck in the middle with you. We're back from our break, and we're ready to talk about Reservoir Dogs. Quinton Tarantino debut movie. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I think I knew that.
Directorial debut.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, I think he'd also like wrote scripts and stuff before. He'd been writing some shit.
I know he's one of them guys who worked in like a video store and shit, like
did.
Kevin Smith too.
Yeah, shit, yeah, exactly, pretty much.
It's interesting.
And they said for Reservoir Dogs, he wrote the script in 3 weeks, and it was 100 pages long. So
Very good.
He fucking
Isn't it like
wrote it out super fast.
So this is your first time watching this movie?
First time, yeah.
And isn't it kind of inspiring how much he did with just like not a whole lot of fucking
not a whole lot of money.
How much was the budget? It was like
1 to 1.2,
right.
3. But he was like, what I had read was he was prepared to make it. Him and his friends were just gonna try and make it for like $30,000 or something. I might be wrong, something like that, and make it just a black and white.
Sure.
Shit, you know. But yeah. October 9th released. And it did like they did like a movie festival earlier, but it got widely released, I guess, or more widely released on October 9th, 1992. So shit.
92.
Yeah. Which I didn't realize that this was his first movie. I thought like Pulp Fiction was his first movie, but
no,
shows how much I knew.
Yeah, that one came after this.
Yeah.
Tarantino, man, what a fucking guy.
I know, it's a good thing he's got
fucking, like, just brutal fucking fight scenes or whatever. Kill Bill and shit.
Doesn't shy away from blood at all.
Yeah.
Well, like, good thing.
Did you watch his newest one? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
I've seen it a couple times. It's
Inglourious
very good.
Bastards.
It's so much fun to watch.
I've only seen it the one time in theaters, but
it's like you don't want it to end.
it was good, especially at the end. And well,
Leo, and Brad Pitt.
Leo and Brad.
I know
the duo you didn't know you needed.
You got the two most handsomest guys in Hollywood.
Yep.
Put them together.
It's pretty good. And then Inglourious Bastards.
Kevin,
also Brad Pitt.
Yeah, right. Kevin Smith's daughter was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She was one of the Manson kids or whatever.
Manson kids.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Did you notice
Harley
Harley Quinn Smith?
I did not know that. But I forget how exactly. But the script got to Harvey Keitel. He was like, "Yeah, I like this shit." Yeah. And he really helped him get the money to make the movie. Like Harvey Keitel was like a big contributing factor to the movie getting made.
Speaking of Harvey Keitel, he was in the first movie one of the first movies we've ever done one of these on, Little Nicky.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Mm-hmm. And what did you? Oh, Speed.
Satan. Well, he played. Oh yeah, Speed.
Yeah, you picked Speed. I picked Little Nicky.
Yeah, which.
Yeah, he played Satan.
So like, not to go back, but the Bad Boys music reminded me a lot of Speed, and I looked it up and it was
How's that one go again?
It was like dun 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 dun. But anyway, just
Mike always loves them action fucking theme songs.
You gotta have them, dude. It makes them better. I'm disappointed if there's not a sweet theme for the movie.
Right.
Fuck out of here.
It's like you hone in on the song though.
I don't know. That's how my brain works, dude. I don't know.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah, that was our first episode. So
yeah, that was a good one.
It was a good one.
Yeah.
This was also a good one.
Tomato meter. We got 92 Serpent. 94 audience score. Go audience.
That's up there. That's like in the top of the movies we've done. We're like
Certified,
the audience and the tomato scores are both good.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's like an ensemble cast, right?
Sure, you can say that.
Got a lot of characters.
Harvey Keitel, obviously we said that.
Michael Madsen, who was in, I know you're gonna say other Quentin Tarantino movies, but also he was in Free Willy. He was
guy. Yeah,
he was the new stepdad.
What the fuck was his name? Randolph?
No, Randolph was like the Indian guy, his friend. Yeah, the Native American guy.
It's been forever.
His name was Randolph. Yeah, he tells them how to whisper the words to get fucking the whale to jump over the thing. You know what I mean? He's like, the key to it is this, kid. Say shalana. No, go ahead. Say it back to me. Shalana.
Shalana.
Ayo.
Ayo.
Niasis.
Niasis.
No. No, listen carefully. If you want him to jump over and be free, Willie is very special. Yeah.
And then I remember
that's Randolph. No, Michael Madsen plays.
Yeah.
Michael Madsen plays the troubled youth. We got a troubled youth. I forget his name. I don't remember his fucking name.
Who gives a fuck?
The kid. The fucking kid.
That was a good movie back
It was.
That was
the
like a
whale saved his fucking life. You know, he's like a troubled youth. Clearly Michael Madsen is the new stepdad in the situation.
Yeah.
And the kid wants nothing to do with him and shit, you know what I mean?
He's kind of a hard ass or something.
A little
bit.
He's like, I go to work all day. I'm Michael Madsen, you know what I mean? He's acted the exact same in this movie as he did in Free Willy. His acting didn't change at all. He was the same fucking guy.
Man,
what I
remember from Free Willy is like the VHS at the end. You got that Michael Jackson song.
Wait, that was Lion King. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just showing clips of the whale jumping and shit.
And to a river beep booty. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like
I'm only human.
Free Willy. Free that Willy.
I'll be your friend.
That's how I should have fucking went.
We went off on a whole fucking tangent there about Free Willy.
Yeah, Michael, he was in Free Willy. Mm-hmm. That's what I was trying to just say.
That's all I'm trying to say.
That's what I was trying to say. And he was in Kill Bill and shit too.
Right.
He's in that. He's
Tarantino's.
Yeah, he just plays the same guy in all his movies.
Who else you got? Buscemi. Love Buscemi.
Mr. Pink.
He looks so cool in this. This is the coolest he's ever looked in this movie.
He did look pretty. This is right before he was in like Billy Madison. This is like pre-Billy Madison Buscemi.
Yeah.
That's how I count my Buscemis, like before Happy
Sweet Billy Boy.
Billy Madison.
That's when he's doing the fucking
lipstick guy.
Yeah. I'm glad I called that guy. Beat you to it. Chris Penn, I know him from Stealing Harvard with Jason Lee and
Sean Penn's his brother. I looked that up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they kind of resemble each other a little bit.
Yeah. I can see it.
Just like with Michael Madsen, where he spent his post Reservoir Dogs projects doing a family-friendly movie. This guy did Beethoven's second, dude. He was in the second Beethoven movie. You remember that shit? He was that dirtbag boyfriend guy. He played like the same guy in this, damn near.
Wait, which guy again? Chris or no?
Nice Guy Eddie.
Yeah. Chris Penn.
Yeah. He was in the second Beethoven movie.
Remember.
Him and his girlfriend have Beethoven's love interest dog, and they treat her bad and stuff, and
of course
it's a whole thing. I think he gets like drugged through some poop or something by the little dogs. I don't know. He gets the shit beat out of him by the dogs at the end of the movie.
Saint Bernards.
Yeah, those fucking Saint Bernards, man.
They're always getting into trouble.
But he played like the same kind of like big tough guy, but like more like whipped by his woman, though. You know what I mean? Anyway,
sure, yeah.
That's where I remembered him from. I was like, oh shit, that's that guy from Beethoven. That's immediately where my brain went. And then I just couldn't take him too serious the rest of the movie. I was like, man, you got beat up by some fucking dogs, dude, at the end. Just kidding.
Have you seen Stealing Harvard, the one I mentioned? With Jason Lee and Tom Green?
I mean, I'm sure I did way back when, because
I might choose that one at some point.
I feel like Nate had that DVD.
It's so good. Yeah. I think it's great.
Like, when you, or maybe I'm thinking
what's
of
her face from Funny People in it. What's her face? The blonde chick.
Leslie Mann.
Yeah, she's in it.
I guess I was also thinking of Orange County. Whenever I hear Stealing Harvard, I think of Jack Black. I get those wires get crossed in my brain, I guess.
No, it's Tom Green.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's see. We open up. They're at the diner, and the dialogue is fun. They're talking about like a virgin.
The Madonna song.
what the song's about.
Yeah.
It's about her taking the dick so big that it feels like she's a virgin again.
Something like that, yeah. I was like, when he was saying that, it was reminding me of like another sort of like where he goes off on like a song like that, but he does it on a movie. I don't know what the movie's from, but he goes on this whole tirade about the movie Top Gun. You should look it up sometime. It's like that.
Yeah.
But it's pretty funny where he just...
Tarantino's.
Yeah, he's going in, but he's doing that, but with Top Gun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you should check it out.
Oh, man. He's a fun guy. So weird. I heard him on Rogan semi-recently when he was promoting his book for the movie he put out.
Yeah, just kind of a weird face. He's kind of got a weird face guy.
He's got like a Waluigi face.
Yeah, he does look like a Mario villain.
Right.
Yeah, he is a Mario villain. Yeah, he could be.
That was the first time I ever thought of him like that.
Waluigi, but yeah.
I did the face and I was like...
Yeah, now I can't unsee that, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely
I hope that clicks with everybody out there.
Quinton Tarantino, yeah. Because you could see him with the little mustache thing with the curls.
Yeah, his chin comes out. He's got like a pointy nose.
Yeah, dude, for real. That's him.
Eyes are kind of wiry. I don't know.
Showsies.
Eyebrows.
Yeah, that's definitely him.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have a big part in the movie. Really.
No.
Like a couple
fun.
scenes.
Wouldn't you want to like be in your own movie? Like,
yeah.
Especially your first one. You're like,
he was gonna be.
You're trying to keep the budget down anay.
He's like,
he didn't do a bad job.
He's like, that's just one less actor fee we gotta pay.
All right.
They got a Tim Roth dude to play Mr. Orange, arguably one of the bigger parts of the movie.
Dude.
And I'm not too familiar with a lot of his shit. He was also in that Edward Norton Incredible Hulk movie. Like that other guy you were talking about from earlier. What the fuck was that guy's name? Was that on the podcast or before the podcast? Oh, no, it was when we were talking about
Sean Taub?
Yeah.
Taub, however you say it.
Yeah, the Tim Roth dude plays the villain in that movie.
I know him from some things, but he was on that Lie to Me show that I didn't really watch.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing, like, previews and shit for that.
Yeah, Fox or some shit.
Was he in, He was in Pulp Fiction.
I bet.
Wasn't he in the diner scene at Pulp Fiction? Wasn't that him?
Yeah. And him and his wife or whatever, and they were going to rob the place.
Yeah. Yeah, that was him, right? Pretty sure.
Yeah. For showsy.
So, basically, Tim Roth, Mr. Orange.
He was also in Hateful Eight.
He was,
I'm looking at it right now.
His name's Freddie. He's an undercover cop. And he's like Well, the movie, if you're familiar with Quentin Tarantino movies, like a lot of times they jump around the timeline of the movie. So
jump up, and get down.
You see him at the diner, kind of bullshitting with each other, and then cut to, like, you just start hearing somebody screaming and shit in pain, and he's shot. Tim Roth, Mr. Orange is shot.
Oh yeah.
And Mr. White's driving. Trying to get back to the warehouse. That's
the rendezvous.
Yeah, the old rendezvous point of the safe house.
I like at the beginning the line, and it's been quoted by a lot of people, but you shoot me in a dream, you better wake up and apologize. That's by Harvey Keitel, yeah. And Steve Buscemi doesn't tip. I mean, Mr. Pink.
Oh.
He's like, I don't tip.
Yeah,
he's got a whole thing against tipping.
About it, yeah.
But then he ends up tipping. And then you got that narrator dude. You know who that is?
The radio station guy.
Yeah.
I don't know who it is.
He's a stand-up comic, Boston guy, Stephen Wright. He's famous for doing one-liners that are just fucking brilliant. He is so good at comedy. It was fun hearing his voice because he's always got that monotone voice, but he's just like so a couple of times when he'd come out on stage, he'd be like, I'm feeling kind of hyper. Just, ironically with that monotone voice.
That is funny.
Yeah. But yeah, that's cool hearing him. The movie jumps to where Mr. White is driving and Orange has been shot in the back seat. And he's fucking...
blood everywhere.
He's in agony. He's fucking... They're heading to the rendezvous. Damn it.
He's like bleeding out. He's pretty sure he's dying. They get back.
They get to the place and he tells them, he's like, it takes a couple days to die from a gut wound or whatever.
He's trying to reassure him.
He's like, it's going to hurt like hell, but, you can make it.
He's trying to reassure him.
A couple of days. Yeah. You're not going to fucking die.
Yeah. Well, they get back and then that's where they kind of do like the first sort of flashback on Mr. White.
Like the backstory.
Right. They did like the backstory on Mr. White. That's what the movie does. It sort of like plays some and then you go back and you learn about one of the characters and then you sort of see the events, especially through different lenses, especially the Orange.
Yeah.
And then, when
it goes to Orange's backstory, that's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. But that's how you get to know the characters, and
that's a fun way to do it.
Yeah, it was, and it
keeps you guessing, I guess, and interested if you're into that type of movie.
Well, they're getting pulled together to do a heist,
right?
Like diamonds or some shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they get pulled, and they're all getting, nobody knows anybody's names. That's why they get assigned colors. And the guy who they got to play the mob boss, he was pretty good. I liked him.
Yeah. At one point, he describes him as looking like the Thing from the Fantastic Four. He looks just like the Thing.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Orange, describes him that to his cop buddy.
Right.
I guess that dude, I read that the guy who played the mob boss, Joe, was like a real Edward Norton on set. He was a real McAsshole. Yeah. Complaining about the heat and shit and all kinds of stuff and like almost getting in a fight with Michael Madsen and arguing with Tarantino and shit. Just an unpleasant person to be around.
Yeah. So, they're at the rendezvous. Mr. Pink storms in and he starts talking about how it's going to be, it feels like a setup or whatever.
Yeah, their heist went bad.
Right. And he was like, how was the cops already right there or whatever? And you notice, like, when he gives him a cigarette, he doesn't light his. I don't know why he did that.
I don't know either, but he didn't light it.
But it's like, it's very, you notice it every time, I feel like.
Maybe
like
he's
it's
just not a
super
smoker.
obvious.
Maybe,
he lights one up later, but
Oh, does he smoke it later?
Yeah.
Too? Oh shit.
I don't know, for whatever reason, he gives him a cigarette, lights it for him,
Well, they were like
and then
arguing.
acts like he's gonna light his own, but doesn't.
Well, they were sort of arguing about who could be the one who set him up on the team. So I took it as like he was giving him a cigarette, but he wasn't gonna light one. He's just trying to talk to him and figure out, if he
kind of be friendly.
Yeah, because they don't really nobody really knows each other.
Mr. Pink is like
Steve
he's the
Buscemi.
one who's Buscemi. He's the one basically trying to figure it all out. Like he's like racking his brain and shit, and he seemed, you got White over there worrying about Orange.
He's bleeding out.
Right. You know what this feels like? That Among Us game that I've never played, but is very popular right now. Because one of them is like a rat, right, in that game? I don't know. And they're all different colors. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, okay. Maybe. Yeah. Is that where
the little spaceman guys?
That's where like Sus came from?
Yeah, Sus. Acting Sus.
Yeah. Yep, okay. Yeah, I've never played it, but
I just
I'm
put that
aware
together.
of it.
It's like similarities there.
I am aware.
Anyways, yeah, they said Mr. Blonde went crazy. He just started shooting everyone.
Yeah, during the heist, he just started shooting everybody.
Trying to figure out who the rat is. Yeah, you cut to Mr. White hearing about the job from Joe. And, yeah, he told him what he was.
Yeah, just more or less just about the job.
Right. And how many people's involved.
5 people and shit. And they all, obviously they all end up taking the job. And Michael Madsen's character just got out of prison and is trying to go back to work. And they're like,
he's on parole and shit.
Yeah, they're like, we got a guy. We'll get you started down there at the dock. But you won't actually be there. We'll have a guy who punches the clock in for you and all that stuff.
You just get a paycheck.
You just
at
get
the
a free
end of the
paycheck.
week.
Like, that fucking sounds sweet. Like, shit.
Yeah, if they show up, we'll say we sent you on a run.
Yeah, if you show, you're sorry, you just missed them.
You just missed them.
Like, fuck. I wouldn't even been like, sure, because he was like, I want a real job. Not me, dude. You fucking. You're gonna just have. I'm just gonna get a free paycheck. You're gonna have somebody punching me in and out, dude. I'm fucking hanging out, dude.
Let's fucking
having a good time. I don't need to go on some mission where I might get shot up and all that stuff.
I'll just take that job and kick back. Be creative,
That's what I thought
instead
during
of
the movie. I was like, whoa, okay. I just got out of jail. I think I'll go just lay low for a few years collecting checks.
Don't you wish you could just be creative with the time you go to work instead? Make that creative time
It would
instead
be
of
nice.
having to go to work.
I know. I always get ideas at like 9:30 in the morning at work.
Yeah, and by the time you get home, you're beat and
and not motivated to do anything. Yeah,
it's a cruel joke that
It
life
is.
plays on us.
it is. It's like no.
Anyways, that's another tangent for another day.
Right. I was just getting ready to say, I was like, I have 4 days coming off, 4 days off work coming up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get so much shit done. I'm gonna do some writing and stuff.
There you go.
Hasn't happened. Just like fuck.
It's revealed that White told Orange his name and shit and where he's from.
That was against the rules. He
kind of fights with Pink about that. Blonde finally shows up. And he has a drink and shit, like he stopped to get food along the way.
Yeah, he's completely unfazed by everything that's going on.
Yeah. And they're like, what the fuck, Blonde? You went crazy and shit.
Yeah, he said people got up and moved or something. And he was like, so then that was on them. He was like, people started to move or whatever. Or I told him to stay still. He's like, that was on them.
Right.
Just real cold-hearted.
He just started capping people.
You're like, okay, this guy's crazy.
You got a couple of N-bombs in there, of course.
Yeah, he's crazy. Definitely crazy.
and then it turns out he's got a surprise in the trunk. What could that be?
And
So
it's
they
not
go
donuts. I'll tell you that.
It's close. It's a cop who's tied up.
Yeah, oink oink, donuts, cops, see what I did there?
Yeah.
That guy would have rather been force-fed donuts as torture.
Yeah, they bring
as
him
opposed
in,
to what happened to him.
tie him up to the chair.
Yeah, like in another scenario, he's tied up to the chair, and they're just force-feeding donuts. You know what I mean?
That's like that Homer Simpson when he went to hell. That's what they do to him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
But speaking of that, I got a clip.
Is that the clip?
It involves that and The Simpsons.
Oh. Like
you know how
you always have the Simpsons.
You know how I like to put pop culture references.
Special guest director Quinton Tarantino.
Yes, I'm stuck in
Don't flag us, YouTube.
It's so hard to smoke off my face.
It's going down, bro.
This is like frame
What
for
I'm trying
frame.
to say in this cartoon is that violence is everywhere in our society. You know, it's like even in breakfast cereals, man.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
it.
That's a good one.
That was a good clip. Itchy and Scratchy doing the Reservoir Dogs type of thing.
Yeah, the stuck in the middle with you scene.
Right.
And then Quentin Tarantino came out to
He's dancing.
like explain his art.
He pulls
know.
out the razor, slices dude's ear off,
Yeah,
dancing to the song,
just like in the movie.
and then ends up pouring gas on him and shit.
Yeah, getting ready to set him on fire. Yeah, so they're beating the shit out of this cop, and then Joe, the old mobster guy, gets there, and they get a plan. Or wait, no, his son Eddie comes. They get a plan.
Yeah, he came first.
And they leave Mr. Orange, Tim Roth, who's bleeding out, and they leave the cop there with Michael Madsen, Free Willy, stepdad. Yeah, stepdad, Free Willy. Yeah, he.
Sorry.
No, he's what he does to this guy, and then the next time you see him, he's saving a whale. It's insane. I'm like, okay.
He's got range, this guy.
He's got range. Yeah, even though his character looks and sounds and talks
Totally
and
different
moves,
movies, though.
acts the same.
Different.
Maybe he had maybe things didn't work out with that kid's mom and Free Willy, and that's how he ended up being Reservoir Dogs. Maybe we just tied those together.
That's how it worked.
That's
I'm
how
pretty
it goes.
sure.
But yeah, they leave him alone with him. And even like Mr. Pink, Steve Buscemi is like, you're gonna leave him alone with this guy?
This fucking
With this
whack job.
Yeah, but they do. To go pick up the diamonds,
Right. And
come back, and then he immediately starts
yeah, he's like,
psycho mode.
yeah, I forget what he says. He's like, I'm gonna kill you or something, but I'm gonna torture you first.
He's like, I don't care if you know what you say or what you know or what you don't know. He's like, I'm just going to kill you basically because I enjoy it. And then he duct tapes his mouth and,
Gasolines him up.
Takes that little razor. He's dancing around just stuck in the middle with you.
Chops that
He's
ear
like,
off.
the only thing you can do is pray for a quick death. But unfortunately, that's not something you're going to get. I was just like, oh, shit.
Brutal.
Shit's taking a wild turn. And the whole time, it's like, yeah, stuck in the middle with you.
I know. It's a fun song.
And he takes like a barber's razor, old school.
Old school.
Gonna give you a shave.
Straight razor.
And like cuts this dude's ear clean off. And is like
Slices
flipping it around and just like throws it
Oh, he's
down.
like, can you hear me now? Or some shit like that.
Just real
He
fucking
talks
crazy
into it
shit.
like good, funny. I chuckled at that part.
It was funny. It was dark
I
but
chuckled
funny.
a little bit.
Meanwhile, he thinks Mr. Orange is dead. I feel like he thinks he's dead.
Oh, probably.
Like he goes over and
basically.
checks. He
Well,
like
he's
looks at
passed
him,
out.
and he like looks at him. Yeah, he's passed out. Maybe he thought he was dead.
Yeah.
So he's doing all that shit.
And right
He
before.
he cuts the dude's ear off. Nonchalantly walks outside to his car. gets like the
Gas can.
goes in, starts throwing it on the guy.
Splashes him up.
It's getting ready to blow him up.
Yeah, he pulls out the Zippo or whatever. And then homeboy
Wham.
shoots him.
Mr. Orange is alive. Shoots him 5 or 6 times. I feel like a lot.
And then they reveal to each other that he's a cop, and he ended up he's like, I know, or whatever. He knew.
Yeah, because they met. And then flashback. You have the flashback about him learning how to be an undercover cop.
Yeah.
And kind of like doing lessons and shit and practicing, and shows him his like almost like his audition for Eddie and Joe and
Going
Mr. White and all
undercover.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to do the shit story, the commode story is
Yeah.
what they called it. Where he walks in and there's a bunch of cops there, whatever. He's trying to sell weed or something.
Yeah.
But
You find out he's a cop the whole time. He set it up, obviously.
right. And the part where they flash back to them trying to get away with Brown, Mr. Brown, Quinton Tarantino.
Yeah.
And he's got a freaking bullet in his
he's got
head,
shot
dude.
in the head.
But he's still driving for
Still
a while.
driving a little bit.
Ends
but
up crashing.
Yeah,
and
he
dies. And that's when they leave and they go steal a car, but the lady shoots, and that's how he got the bullet in his belly, Orange.
Yep. Woman couldn't count on that. Couldn't predict that happening.
Yeah.
Shot him. Just Forrest Gump just pops in. He's like, Mr. Orange, you got shot.
Yeah, wild stuff in this movie.
It's wild.
What did you expect going into this movie? Did you think did it kind of meet expectations, or
I didn't really have any because
you
I didn't know what it
you
was
didn't know
about. All I
the
seen was
plot
the
or
box,
nothing?
the box, and heard about it,
right?
and that's about it. So I didn't have crazy expectations. I wasn't like, oh, this is gonna be Quentin Tarantino's best, his tour de force. You know what I mean? Like
He came out strong with this one, though.
for sure.
I feel like that. It's kind of like Kevin Smith too, man. Clerks was strong when it first came out.
Yeah, but I'd say Tarantino's had a much
Better
steadier,
run.
better run.
Yeah, for sure.
I love Kevin Smith. You know,
You should check out that
I probably will.
documentary,
I like
man. It's
documentaries. I'll
it's
definitely
fun.
check that out.
It is
But-
fun. It gets all like heartfelt too towards the end.
Like Pulp Fiction, classic. I really like Inglourious Bastards. Like that's one of my favorite Tarantino movies.
Yeah,
Like you were just
Django,
saying, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
the Hateful Eight.
Nah, I didn't really care for that one.
It was fine.
It was like 12 hours long.
Yeah, it was long.
I didn't need to fucking stick around for
And
that.
they have an extended version too.
Yeah, fuck that. Kill Bills 1 and 2. Kill Bill. Remember watching those a lot. High School.
High School Billy.
I was gonna say, I can't wait till I get to high school.
Don't you ever say that.
Stay here.
Stay as long as you can.
You gotta cherish it.
You got to
Cherish. You do. You do.
Oh, dude. And then, what's the part where they're all together towards the end? Are they going they're all, it's like Chris Penn and Harvey Keitel, and then in the backseat, Tim Roth and Buscemi. And they're,
It's the flashback. Like putting the crew together stuff.
and you got fucking Chris Penn talking about that story of the guy whose wife glued his dick to his stomach.
Yeah.
He's like, was he pissed? He's like, how would you feel if you had to do a handstand to take a piss?
That was a pretty good one.
That's a good
a good one.
story.
Well, it's like kind of funny.
It
You got
shows when they got their names.
talked about that dude getting his dick glued to him. All that blood Tim Roth was laying in, all that fake blood like congealed like to the fucking floor, and he like got kind of stuck from what I read, and they had to fucking free him from the blood.
Oh, that's fun.
Yep. There you go.
Fun little tidbit.
There you go. That's what I read online. I
shows-
called Quentin myself and asked him. But no.
It shows them getting their names. Homeboy giving them all their color names. Mr. Pink doesn't like his name.
Yeah.
He wants to trade and shit.
He's like, I give the name. He's like real adamant about that.
Quentin Tarantino's like, Mr. Brown sounds like Mr. Shit.
That's my name. Fuck you, Quentin Tarantino.
He's like, I'll change. I'll trade you.
I am Mr. Brown.
They go over the plan. Yeah, that's when they cut to the dude shot in the head while driving. White kills a couple cops.
Yeah, and you see Tim Roth is like pretty bummed and upset about it because he's a cop himself watching other cops get killed.
And that's when they steal the car and he gets shot.
Yep.
Then they're back to where they started, him driving.
Yeah, the whole movie
with the belly shot.
The whole movie pretty much takes place in that
warehouse.
The little warehouse space they're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, then,
which is like cheap and shit, and he did all this with like, fucking not much.
By the grit of his teeth or whatever. Yeah.
And just like the script was so good, I guess, that it fucking it slaps.
It was like the opposite of Bad Boys.
What you gonna do?
If Michael Bay had directed Reservoir Dogs, man, it would have looked a lot different. Some alternate reality. Somebody's just people just burning furniture right now at the thought of that. But yeah, it all kind of takes place there. So you get all that backstory. You find out Mr. Orange has been a cop the whole time and how the group got together. And then that's when the group comes back to find that Michael Madsen, Free Willy, had been shot.
Free Willy.
Free Willy's down. He's shot and killed. And they're like, what the fuck happened? And Tim Roth is like, he went crazy. He was going to cut that guy's ear off.
He was going to take all the diamonds and run away.
Yeah. And he didn't believe him.
Nope.
And then the dad comes up.
Because he did 4 years for Joe.
Yeah, which he
why
didn't know.
Why the fuck would he do that?
Yeah, which he didn't know because he didn't do all of his research or whatever. He just didn't know that. It's a rookie mistake or some shit.
Yeah.
And then, then Joe, the dad, comes in.
Yeah, he walks in.
And he's like, you're the rat. He's like, how do you know? Harvey Keitel's like, he's a good kid. I like this kid. He's a son I never had.
Right.
He's like, we spent all these days hanging out together, and he took a bullet. You're wrong about this, and they all pull guns on each other.
Yeah.
And it's almost like that.
Standoff.
It's kind of remind me of Game Over, Man, where they're all pulled the guns on each other. You know what I mean? Because he's like, Joe, don't make me do this. You know what I mean? He's a good kid. I'll shoot you. And the other guy's like, I'll shoot you. Don't point the gun at my dad.
I wish it was fucking loaded right now.
He's like,
I would shoot you in the face.
He's like, you've done a lot for my family, and I respect that, but take the gun on my fucking dad. And then they all shoot at the same time.
Yeah.
And then everybody's down.
Everybody's down. Pink is left.
Mr. Pink, he ducked everything. Buscemi, Mr. Pink. Everybody's down.
He ends up getting off with it, doesn't he?
I don't know. That's what I was wondering. They don't really, because you hear like gunshots and stuff. Like whenever, Mr. Pink, Buscemi, he runs through all the bodies, grabs the diamonds off Free Willy, and he starts to make his escape. But Mr. White's still alive. He's crawling over to Tim Roth, Mr. Orange. And in the background, you can hear, like, sirens and shots.
Right, they're coming up.
I don't know if they shot Steve Buscemi or not, but...
The sirens went there, and they ended up killing White, the cops, when they showed up.
When they come in, yeah. Which I didn't know, so...
Yeah, Orange tells White when he's dying that he's a cop, and he's like, and he's about to kill him. Oh yeah, that's what happens. He shoots him. It pans up, and he shoots him, and I think he did.
As Quinton Tarantino said, or has he just left it up to interpretation?
I think he shot, and then the cop shot him.
I'd have to go back and watch because I liked how it wasn't. I felt like it was like
'Cause he started crying.
It was like the Inception thing where the thing's spinning. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
But you don't really know. It's like, oh, is he still in the dream or is he alive? And this one, it's like, when I watched it anyway, it was like, I didn't know if he shot Mr. Orange or not, or if he's, you know what I mean? They don't explicitly
It looks like
say
he
one
did.
way or the other.
Like, I don't know. It pans up, but I feel like with the gunshots, you hear one type of gunshot, and then you hear the cop shoot him.
He's like, you just made me kill my friends.
But yeah, that's that movie. Man,
Yeah, it's a
aren't
good
these
flick.
like? I feel like the rat movies are pretty damn good. Like The Departed.
Yeah, it's a good one.
There's a rat. We got a rat.
Jack Nicholson.
They're always intriguing. Who's the rat?
Yeah, I just like crime, mafia type movies too. So
Yeah.
I'm into that shit.
Into it.
So yeah,
So,
good,
yeah,
good flick.
good time. I had fun watching
It
it.
was enjoyable for sure.
What do you give it?
I give it a 7.
That's what's up. I give it
a
an
solid
8.
7.
I'm going 8.
Going 8.
Going 8.
Yeah, last week was.
Because 7, 8,
Last
9.
week we were locked in. Same scores this week. It's just,
Yeah.
that's how it
We're
goes.
a little off.
That's how it goes. Sway she goes.
Fucking way she goes. This is another long one.
A lot of tangents, but
I know. They're kind of fun going on the
I
tangents,
know
though.
tangents can be fun.
Because that's when we're just,
Yeah,
completely winging it.
and you need to know the things sometimes.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
fun to just
Yeah, sure.
this how this is related.
Yeah.
And then
It's like when Clark Griswold was driving his family across town. He would drive them hundreds of miles out of the way to see the ball yard. And we do that sometimes,
sure.
where we're driving, and then something pops up, and we end up driving a few hundred miles out of the way, and then getting back on track.
Yeah.
Clark.
We'll get back on track. We will.
Clark.
In some ways, this is kind of my favorite part of the show. Our next time movies.
Yeah.
Don't you like it? I like
Yeah, I
hearing.
never know what Kevin's
it's
gonna
always
hit me
fun.
with.
Be like, what do we got next time?
Kevin's always threatening about movies like with horrible marriage breakups and all kinds of really crazy shit.
Well,
But hey, man, that's what we're here for.
that's what it's about. I do kind of got a tearjerker for you this
Okay,
time,
go ahead.
but I think you might have to rent it. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right, because I could change it if you really didn't want to. But it's a dramedy, so there is a lot of fun comedy aspects to this movie.
Congo.
Congo, I don't know that one.
You're not missing
It actually has Jim Carrey in it,
Oh shit.
but not very much.
No.
He's just in the beginning and the end. That's
Okay.
it. It's called Simon Birch. Ever heard of it?
Yeah, dude.
You seen it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're doing it again. How long has it been?
Oh, sorry, dude. I was caught up in my feelings. It's been like at least 10 or 11 years.
All right. That's good then. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Why? Does it hit you in the feels?
I just remember Oliver Platt was in it, right?
Wait, who's that guy? Is that the short guy?
No, it's like he works at the school or whatever. Oliver Platt. He's in Lake Placid and a bunch of other shit. Isn't
Alright.
he? Am I thinking of the same?
I need to look it
movie?
up. I've heard the name before.
You've never seen Simon Birch?
No, yeah.
Or Oliver
I'm
Platt?
not sure who you're talking about.
Oh, he's been in.
I love this movie. Actually, it's so much fun.
Yeah, it's got the kid, and he's got
that guy. Yeah,
he's
yeah,
got like
yeah.
an illness.
Yeah, Senior Wentworth.
Yeah, he's got like an illness and stuff. Fuck, man. But yeah, sure, dude. I'll fucking strap myself in for.
This is a fun.
You know what?
There's a lot of funny stuff in this movie
Yeah,
too.
I'm sure there is. I just haven't. It's been. A
And
long
you got
time.
what's the hot mom's name? Ashley Judd.
Huh?
Is that her name?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Simon Birch. That's
yeah,
random.
boy.
Okay.
Ashley Judd. Yeah, I was right. All right, what do you got for me?
Okay. All right. Well, my movie is not.
Is it completely opposite of this one?
Yes.
That's all right.
It's about as opposite as you can get. You could almost say it's. I don't know. I was gonna go for an analogy, but I couldn't think of one, so I'll just say it right now. Travolta, Cage,
Face Off.
Face Off.
Let's go,
Let's do
bro.
Let's just get crazy.
I feel like I've watched
Let's
that
get
one
maniacal.
maybe like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I feel like
Oh, that's the alarm.
I revisit it, every now and again.
I started to watch it a month or two back, and then I didn't because I was like, I'm gonna save it.
Sure,
I'm
man.
gonna save it
Hell
because I watched like the first 10-15 minutes of it, and I was like, I forgot how fucking insane this movie is. How outrageous Nicolas Cage is at the beginning of it. And I was like,
yeah.
I'm gonna save it for the show.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, Face Off. So Simon Birch, I'll probably watch that first, and then have a nice
Pick me up
right afterwards to
Yeah, I feel you.
just some good old 90s, another 90s action movie.
Sounds good. Well, this
Travolta,
was fun.
Cage. Yeah.
Good app.
Yeah.
We went hard.
Heart in the Paint. I think that's what they say sometimes. That's what
And
the kids say.
That's what they say.
It's a rap song, Kevin.
To infinity and beyond, everyone.
Yeah, have a good one.
What if we always end with like some movie quote? I think
Yeah.
Kevin Smith used to do that. One of his.
Now that you put us on the spot,
Ruined it, huh?
Kevin.
To be or not to be. Wait.
See, that was from a movie I almost picked, which was The Last Action Hero. But I didn't want to double. I didn't want to do a double Arnold.
We
But
were just watching that at my mom's house.
The Last
earlier
Action Hero?
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I just seen that it was on. I didn't pay attention.
yeah, at the beginning of the movie, he does like a.
Sinbad, right? Wait, is that the one with Sinbad?
No, The Last Action Hero is an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Right, him too.
Yeah, he's like, he goes into the movie verse. Anyway, he's like, Arnold comes over with like a cigar, and he's like, to be or not to be. And he blows out the smoke. He's like, not to be. And he just like pulls up a big shot, like machine gun. And it's like, it's like fucking, it's insane. But yeah, anyway, hope everybody had a great holiday weekend.
Yep. I know we didn't even mention that it was freaking Thanksgiving.
But yeah, it was a good time. Until next time.
Until next time.
See ya.
See ya.
Free Willy.
Free that Willie. I'll be your friend.